is going on, everybody? My name is Conor and Lorraine. Welcome back to another week of Weird News Wednesdays. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking about all the week's strangest stories from all around the world. I am joined, as always, by my man who has come back from holiday that has now tried to get back into the swing of intros. Shaun, how's it going?
Look, intros are difficult, Conor. I think we can both agree on that. But it's going well. It's going really well. It's good to be back.
I started confidently and then I was like, wait, no, it's been 2 weeks. How do I do these?
I've forgotten everything about this show that I've done for 5 years.
So this is weird news. What do we do here, Shaun?
You have spent the week gathering all of the weirdest news stories from around the world. You're about to read them all out to me, a man who has been busy being on holiday and going to festivals and sleeping in a warehouse for the last week to look at any weird news.
You did have last week off, which means that because weird news didn't come out last week, we've got 2 whole weeks of weird news to catch up on. 2 whole weeks, which normally means we only got the good ones. Because some weeks you got a few good ones and maybe a few not so good. 2 whole weeks, Shaun. You got gold, right? That's all we have.
It's nothing but winners, all killer, no filler this episode.
We can sometimes just ramble so long that we don't get to all the stories, and I would say weekly that is happening at this point.
Increasingly often we hit about 3 stories and the rest of it is peppered in with our childhood.
And then I asked Shaun about his childhood and what happened, how he got into harm's way.
It's a broad question you've asked there, Conor. There's many answers.
So if you could give this episode a like, follow the podcast or whatever the podcast platform thing that you're using, whatever the ranking system is, just do something positive. You don't have to. I mean, to be honest with you, maybe we don't deserve it, but we might after this story, Shaun, so maybe preemptively 5 stars. Easy.
Okay, perfect. I was going to derail this immediately, but I won't now because we have a good story to get to.
Also, Pirates of the Caribbean came out with our Patreon. We did a review of that.
Well, yeah, it did.
It's quite good.
That movie's 20 years old now. That happened this week.
I mean the movie, like not us. The review is iffy.
The review is fine, but look. Who can separate me from Pirates of the Caribbean?
Who could possibly? Shaun, we're starting off this week in the only place that I could start, and that is last week's biggest news story. Joey Jaws Chestnut, who won the 4th of July hot dog eating contest. Shaun.
Okay.
And I mean, he's an eating champion for a reason, but I really wanted to touch on this competition because Joey Chestnut kind of took the hearts of everyone who has seen him. He's a bit of a, think of like Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Rock, but for hot dog eating competitions.
Some kind of people's champion, if you will.
Maybe Michael Jordan, yeah. Maybe that's like a Muhammad Ali type.
Right, like Atom from Real Steel. I'm with you, Conor. Don't you worry.
The same. There's no way in your head you're like Muhammad Ali, Atom from the 2010 movie Real Steel, starring
which we both agree is better than it should be.
That is true, but I expected it to be shit. So Joey Jaws Chestnut and Mike Sudo both defended their titles in this year's 2023 Nathan's famous 4th of July hot dog eating contest. He's an eating superstar, is Joey Jaws Chestnut, and he shook off a rain delay and he gobbled his way to another win.
Sorry, interrupting. How does a rain delay affect eating hot dogs?
Has anyone heard of a gazebo? Maybe some sort of tent, an umbrella, if we're going to go smaller.
You'd boil them in water, why don't you? Like, get those New York City hot dog vendors with the little umbrella over their carts.
Why does weather impact hot dog eating? It's one of the only sports you can do indoors.
I would say it's it's mostly done indoors.
Like, I could make a shit ton of hot dogs and serve them to you on a table. Maybe in some sort of restaurant environment. That would be seen away from the rain, I can only assume.
Yeah, I found a place in Dublin that does really, really good vegetarian hot dogs, which I thought was like a flex, but then I realised there's very little real meat in hot dogs anyway.
I'd say there's about 7% of actual meat in those hot dogs. So
like it looks at a piece of ham before it goes in the fryer, like.
And so he gobbled his way to another win at the competition. Shaun, how many hot dogs did he eat in 10 minutes?
In 10 minutes.
Don't overstate it because you're going to make the fact seem bad, but don't understate it because it's meant to sound good.
Oh, no, this guy's like the top of his game, professional eater.
Yeah. 10 minutes.
18 hot dogs?
62 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
Lee. Is that a hot dog every 6 seconds?
Yes.
Does this include bun?
Yes.
What the fuck? Oh my God.
Chestnut out-ate runner-up Jeffrey Esper and the rest of an international field of 15 competitive eaters by double digits. He beat them by to clinch his 16th title. The person in second place only ate a measly 49 hot dogs and
That's
buns.
still too many hot dogs, folks.
It's almost too many.
What's the dimensions of the hot dog? Like, what are we talking here? We talking like little... Okay, so we talking like length to your index finger or like a foot-long fucking monster hot dog?
To be honest with you, I didn't take the fucking ruler out when I was studying this story to try and figure it out.
Some kind of standardisation in a competition.
Through Getty Images, I was trying to figure out.
You were trying to read through a fucking watermark, were you?
Yeah, you can look up an image of the fucking contest on, there's a thing called Google, and that might give you some sort of example. It's tough over an audio platform for me to describe a hot dog's dimensions.
Jeez, if only there was some way we could convey length with numbers. Jesus Christ, Conor.
How am I going to guess the number?
Look at a picture of a hot dog compared to a man. And extrapolate from there.
So he's about 6'3". That hot dog's about probably 20 centimetres.
Look, I'm with it now. Okay, it's about I would say 7 to 8 inches of a dog. Honestly,
you don't know that.
I'm extrapolating based on existing information.
Do you know who you remind me of? You remind
Who?
me of the person that would be like, if some crime ever happened around me, I would be the perfect witness. I would remember everything about them. But then when the police asked you, you'd be like,
medium build.
They had ears. They had ears. Can't really remember. I wasn't paying much attention. But what kind of hot dog are you eating now, officer, these days?
Yeah, he was holding a 7.5-inch dog with all the toppings. And he had pickle on, which I thought was curious.
He murdered 7 people. He had a hot dog beforehand, though, officer. Very interesting. So the women's champion was Miki Sudo, and she forced down 39.5 hot dogs and buns to collect her 9th title. So
I will say,
good.
Neither of these people, I'm looking at the photos, neither of these people look like they eat that many hot dogs on the regular, you know?
Shaun, Joey Chestnut is an athlete. I mean, he trains for this one competition a year.
That's true. How do you train for this, though? Like...
there's one obvious way that you train for it. I can't really stress enough.
Dogs, is it? I get maybe 3 before I get sick.
Yeah. The follow-up question is, I throw you into this competition because I would find it amusing. How many are you down in 10 minutes? I think you'd have like 6 in you.
Is 6 in 10 minutes?
Yeah, like 10 minutes is a long time.
Hot dog and bun, though.
So like you eat one, and then like I think you get through 3 before you really start struggling big time.
Oh, I'm miserable at 3. Definitely.
Yeah. Like you're having the worst day ever at 3. But by the time the 4 comes around, maybe you wait another 4 or 5 minutes. Have the 4th.
Maybe pace myself, yeah. Do I get to add condiments onto it?
No.
Like, can I throw mustard on this? What? Why?
Well, condiments will only slow you down, lad. What are you talking about?
I know, but if I'm willing to take that, because I need a change of flavour every now and again. Like, if I can a different condiment on each dog, and then at least my body's tricked.
Up. If I give you different condiments, how many are you eating in 10 minutes?
5.
That's 1 less than 6.
I know, you put the 6 on me. I said 3 at the start with
I was confident. So you're going to go 5. I think 5 seems like a lot, even with different...
Ketchup,
it sounds like something that you could do. It sounds easy until you're like 3 in. And then you're like, geez, I've had 3 hot dogs in 4 minutes. I'm not feeling too great.
Yeah, no, like you know when runners hit the wall. I'm assuming that when that happens with hot dogs, it's much, much, much worse.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so say you're going, look, you are going to think this is a ludicrous question and you're going to make fun of me.
Yeah.
But I want to ask it. Say this event happens at 12 o'clock in the day. Are you having something to eat before?
No.
See, I would have maybe a light salad just so my stomach is ready to receive food.
I'd have a small bowl of porridge.
Yeah.
Just really get you going.
Just even a banana, just so it's the right shape. What
are you talking about? Surely,
if you go from 0 to 49 hot dogs,
yeah,
you're killing yourself.
But sure, if you go from 0 to 49 hot dogs with 3 salads in you, you're still going to be killing yourself.
Who said 3 salads? I'm getting a small portion of salad just
Even
to make
a small
sure.
portion of salad.
Just to make the tummy up, Connor.
You're dumb. It's not like a laptop. You don't need to turn it on.
I think you do, though. Like, I think genuinely, if you had to eat a big meal, having a little small meal before gets you ready.
No, I think you have water. I think you have like a pint of water when you wake up. That energizes the body, but you're still hungry, so you're kind of like fasting, but not really. And I think you just go on a fast from like 8 o'clock that morning, just with water and ice in the water.
Oh, for the solid element, yes, of course.
I'm thinking cold. I want it as cold as possible.
Ice cold
to like
water.
Wake up the whole body ready to go.
That's fair. Okay, then how about this? Oh, I'm still going to take my method of I'm going to have a little bit of food in my stomach first. I'm turning up to this competition. I'm walking on stage already eating a hot dog. As if to unsettle the opponents around me.
What do you want to do? You walk on just with ketchup and mustard all over your face and a t-shirt and just like, oh fuck, I'm after eating 7 already. I couldn't actually stop. Couldn't resist. I seen them all backstage and I said, I may have them now just to warm up myself.
Just Nathan, he does know how to make a hot dog, to be fair.
He's some man, isn't he? He's some man. No, you walk on, make eye contact with everyone and then just very loudly exclaim, fucking great hot dogs this year, aren't there, lads? Oh, lads, I've been trying them out.
Oh, are you chatting? Are you chatting while you're eating?
Oh, like, I'm chatting all day. I'm playing. I'm playing mind games. I could eat all day. You know what I mean? Or maybe you throw in a little. Jeez, I'm struggling, but then you're still going. Still going.
Absolutely, yeah. So how many do you think you could eat then? Are you on the 6?
No, I have ability. I can eat quickly. If I eat quick enough, I can trick my stomach into not knowing that it's full.
Just not processing it yet.
No, you're not processing it. So I think I could take like 8 or 9 out.
Interesting. How much are you chewing then? Or are you doing big swallows? Or is that dangerous?
I'm doing big swallows.
Big swallows, big chunks going down into you.
Yeah.
Objectively filling you up faster.
Well, I mean, it's the same size. I mean, it's the same amount of food whatever way you chew.
No, but it stacks differently. Because if there's,
it's not like Tetris.
No, but I think shut up for a second. Because 100 hot dogs, right, going in. If they're all whole hot dogs, they'll stack all weirdly.
Yeah.
But if they're all like blended up into a paste,
and you got to click the right button a few times to get them to turn around while they're going down your esophagus.
No, I'm not talking about
it. Land perfectly. Saying, you don't want to block it up.
I don't think I'm insane here in saying that chewed food takes up less space than whole food.
It's the same amount of food though. Overall.
No, I'm not denying it's the same amount of food. This has nothing to do with how full you are. Just how much space is in your stomach to accept food.
Did you have to eat anything to find this out?
No, but I've choked on several things in the past.
I thought that would be the truth.
That's how it happens.
Before the men could even compete though, stormy weather moved over New York City's Coney Island and delayed the competition for 2 hours, meaning Joey Chestnut came out basically declaring, we need this competition to go ahead. He said then, what a roller coaster emotionally, said after riding out the rain and wondering whether the famed contest would even go on at all.
Just starving the whole time they were waiting as well.
He first competed for the title in 2005 and hasn't lost it since 2015. His best finish was in 2021 when he ate, Shaun.
Okay, what was it this year?
This year was 62.
62. His best then must be 67.
76
Good Christ.
Is his best. But Tuesday's weather disruption made a repeat impossible. Everyone got messed up, Joey Chestnut said.
Messed up how? They got struck by lightning?
I don't know. Like you're really hungry, but then like the extra 2 hours make you less hungry.
I would say like maybe there's some element to that. Like your body is just like, no, I'm dipping into the fat reserves now at this point. We don't need to eat anymore. You know?
Although one of my favourite interviews is Miki Sudo, who's the women's champion, and she said that she was disappointed with her return of 33 and a half hot dogs. Okay? Mm-hmm. Sorry, no, 39 and a half hot dogs. And she said what she caused it was in the first couple of minutes she got distracted by one of the other competitors, and she got distracted, she fumbled with her hands, and she got stuck with a big burp early on, but she was able to correct and then win the competition outright.
That's insane that's something you have to factor in. She's like, if I chew and swallow wrong, I lose. It's like a speed run where it's like, oh no, I missed fucking bread skip, so we need to reset the whole thing.
I think statistically you would be the worst eating competition competitor ever to sign up.
Why do you say that?
Because you would choke to death.
100% I would. Drastically changing the course of everyone's life.
Everyone's life would be different. I could see you losing and then being like, nah, I'm gonna ruin everyone's day here.
I go into round 2 and I just immediately choke myself on a hot dog.
Shaun, I think we need to move on to our next piece of news, and I'm going to give you a choice. I'm going to give you your idols or Italian teacher. Where would you like to go first?
Oh, are we doing both regardless?
We are doing both regardless, first? Yes.
Let's go. Okay, we've just had some hot dogs. Let's go straight to the urinals, Connor.
So, I have police in Sapporo looking for serial urinal great thief.
Oh, so stealing the little grates
at the bottom of urinals, yes.
Right.
The police are on the hunt for a master thief, as no witnesses have been seen. The crimes have seen the crimes as they went down. We can't rule out the possibility that the ongoing crime spree is actually the work of a team of highly sophisticated criminals coordinating the heist, hitting 16 targets in just the last half of May alone.
Why is the question?
The big question is, why would you need a grate from a urinal? If there was one thing, one of the last things I'd like to touch in the whole world would be the grate from a urinal in a public restroom.
I don't see the appeal of having that. It's not even something you can easily use in your own home. Like, if you want to steal toilet paper from work or something, go right ahead. Do that. That's fine.
Your work actually had a bit of a... They kind of ran out of toilet paper recently, didn't they?
Look, I haven't been in a couple of weeks, Connor. I don't know what's been going on there.
I made my bed and I got away with it, okay? Sorry.
I had to flee the country very suddenly, but whatever.
Yeah. But it's probably just one guy, surely. Like, it's not a team, because it's hard to imagine there's more than one person in the world who's interested in grates from a urinal.
Is it a sex thing? Is that what this is about? I'm trying to... there's no logic that can be applied. What are we doing here?
What? I mean, obviously my next follow-up question is, how would it be used?
I have no idea.
A sexual manner.
But how are many things used in a sexual manner?
True, but normally some things either go inside or they either go up or go down or go in or left or right. I don't know where you're putting this fucking drain. Maybe
it's not put anywhere. Maybe it's the thrill of the steal, you know? It's the thrill
of the steal leads to sexual... Like, enlightenment.
Whatever you want, Connor. Yeah. Sexual enlightenment, exactly.
My niche is sexual enlightenment with urinal grates.
It's a fucking hard hand to be dealt, you know. Like, out of everything that you could be attracted to, it's fucking urinal grates.
Like, not the urinal, but the grate at the bottom of the urinal.
Yeah. Like, objectively a worse part than the urinal.
So I know also, by the way, this isn't a case of somebody shoplifting brand new grates from hardware stores. It's
I like how that didn't even enter our heads. It was
we were
he's going
like,
for the pissy
this
ones.
Is clearly used ones. It's specifically the little pieces of metal sitting at the bottom of your idols in public park restrooms, which have ostensibly been peed on thousands of times, that the thief is going after.
Is there value in the metal? Is that what this is about? This is it. What is it? It's Japan, is it? Sapporo? Is it?
Yeah. So the most recent thefts occurred in Sapporo's Higashi ward. Oh no, is that a hospital? Where a 15-year-old
they're called
grate
the regions
stolen.
the regions are called wards. It's not a.
Oh fuck me!
It's not. He's not stealing from a hospital. You're right.
I don't know, man. But if he's stealing from a hospital, I feel like he violated the patients, but like he hasn't really caused them any harm.
I don't think anyone would complain that he's doing this, but it's not cool, is it?
No, I mean, who do you send after him? I don't know if the police are qualified to he's not actually harming anyone. This is more just shithousery.
Yeah, but to what end? Like, who? Because what that's for is to stop bits of debris and chewing gum and whatever going into the pipes and clogging things up. So also I was in Dublin Airport the other day and they were unclogging a urinal with a plunger. It was a tough look. So I guess he's just causing slight nuisance to pipe maintenance. But that can't be the reason. He must be getting off on it somehow.
His dad is a plumber and he hates his dad.
That could be it. It could be a revenge thing. It's not out of the question.
Because I'm assuming the grates don't sell. They have no monetary value of any kind.
Certainly not when they're used. No. I'm fairly sure they have to go into one of those special bins that is incinerated.
I think once you pee on any object in the world, it loses monetary value, and that's something I'm going to stand by.
I would agree. I fully support that, unless you're famous enough. In which case, it turns around and it's more valuable now.
Yeah, if I don't know,
if you had a guitar that Jimi Hendrix pissed on.
If Ed Sheeran pissed on somebody, they would have more works.
Yeah. 100%. Look, let's not get into who'll piss on things for money, but there's vast subsections out there.
I try to pick the most bland guy. If Ed Sheeran pissed on some children, those children have more value, is what I would say.
Would you say that? Are you going on record as saying that children would piss on?
I mean, people can clip it, but I seen Ed Sheeran piss on a child. You can clip that if you want. Newspapers.
Oh no, now it's libel.
I want the shot of them. I always love the shots of these really dumb stories of I was sold 3 hamburgers in fucking McDonald's, and it's always just the sad person, and then they just have one bit of fucking burger on the kitchen table, and they're just looking sadly into the camera for the interview, I was robbed.
Something was taken from me.
Yeah, I want that, but me beside your idol and a picture of Ed Sheeran on your idol, and then some kids.
Okay, it's a tough photo shoot, but I think we can arrange it. That'll go up on the Patreon now in the next couple of weeks.
I've seen it happen.
I've seen him do it. It's easy.
I've seen him so many times. Shaun, I don't know who's doing this crime. I feel like there's not really a specific team of police officers that you could maybe drag in. There's not really a SWAT unit.
Conor, we've had Soldiers of Fortune, famous TV show, the A Team. What if we brought in, I don't know, the P Team?
Imagine I just stopped the call.
Just hung up. Just no.
Just you laughing, and then just that's the last thing you hear.
And I try and finish out the show, but I don't have any other stories, so I do 35 minutes on this.
Do you remember when I said the P team? Does anyone else remember that?
Listeners, do you remember this? I leave it all in. No editing, as usual.
Just humming it on. Shaun, we're going to move on to an Italian teacher who has been sacked after 24 years of service in the role.
What did they do?
I'll be honest with you. The decision has sickened me. I mean, some 24 years as an educator. That's something
a lot of minds moulded in that time.
A lot of minds moulded. I mean, how many children's lives have been changed by this woman and her teaching ability? Well, Italian teacher sacked after 24 years, as during 20 of those years she was absent. Now, Shaun, that is, to me, unfair.
That is why. Look, how can you judge how a person spends their life, you know? This is a teacher we're talking about, for God's sake.
She's a teacher at the end of the day. She may not be in the school, but we're all learning every day when you think about it. Because I have a teacher in Italy who was sacked for 20 years of absence in 24 years at schools near Venice, has vowed to tell her side of the story, Shaun. Cinzia Paolina De Leo was dismissed in 2017 after she reappeared for 4 months and triggered complaints. Shaun, oh no.
Right. Okay, so wait, she was a teacher, 20 years go by, she comes back and starts being a teacher again. Right?
So, no, she's a teacher. She probably turns up for the first year or two and then just vanishes for about 20 years.
Stays on the payroll.
Why she gets caught out is because she came back to work for a few months and then people started complaining that she was a very bad teacher.
Because presumably hadn't kept up with any of the developments in education in the last 20 years.
Italy's highest court...
Can I just say as well, when you said 24 years, I thought, okay, so she started teaching in the 80s. Then I'm like, no, folks.
No, that's 1999, brother.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, no.
Italy's highest court confirmed the dismissal after a legal battle, saying her absences showed a permanent and absolute ineptitude. Oh, strong words. Now, however, she had a different view in that she said she has condemned the ruling and vowed to, some of my favourite phrasing, reconstruct the truth.
Oh, a synonym for reconstruct would be fabricate, I would say.
You could, if you have to change the truth, then is it any more the truth?
That's it. Like, there's so many words. Look, she's not a great teacher. She might not know. There's so many other words you could use. Reposition the truth.
Yeah.
Reframe.
Reframe is still not great.
It's still not great, but it just means look at it from another side, you know?
It's better than reconstruct, which implies that it was broken down. You didn't like what they said, so you're going to just take that away and then reconstruct a different one.
Yeah. Like you would reconstruct like a building that had fallen down and fallen apart.
The secondary school teacher who specialises in history and philosophy, Shaun, said she had documents to prove her story, but the newspaper said, sorry, but right now I'm at the beach. She told the newspaper, sorry, but right now I'm at the beach. I do have evidence, but I'm not free at the minute. I'm at the beach.
Good on her for setting boundaries, Connor. You need to know when to turn off.
It's a week of boundaries.
Can't be
Have you been keeping up with the Jonah Hill stuff?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, like, against my will, yeah.
All this stuff is against our will. But it's important to keep your boundaries. So she says, look, I have the evidence to prove I'm innocent. And I know I was just... Like, they just said I was guilty in the court. So really you would think I would have brought that evidence to the court. It would have really helped me out. But I still have evidence. I just won't reveal it. It's my little secret. Now, that's the way to go about it. As
a teacher of philosophy, maybe it's enough that she knows that she's innocent. You know?
It's a Schrodinger's innocent kind of thing.
This is the thing. It's maybe... Look, the public at large might think that she defrauded people and lied. But she knows, and that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. I will reconstruct the truth of the facts of this absolutely unique and surreal story, she said, adding, I don't answer questions from journalists thrown around that wouldn't do justice to the truth of my story. Right, let's just... Okay, so she doesn't answer questions from journalists that won't do justice to the truth of her story.
So anything... So if I could paraphrase, anything that doesn't line up with what she says her story is, she refuses to discuss.
Even if the journalist has evidence to the contrary, they cannot say.
But that's her truth, and you can't take that away from her.
So Miss DeLeo was reinstated in 2018 after a ruling by a judge in Venice, but the Education Ministry appealed it against the decision, and it has been reversed in the Supreme Court last week. So 2017, she loses her job.
Yeah.
Then she gets reinstated in 2018 as she basically appealed the decision.
She won the case, yeah.
But then the school appealed the appeal and then got the decision reversed, and now she's been fired this last week, officially.
And then what happened is COVID happened and everyone fucking taught from home anyway. So if she had just held out a little longer.
The ministry argued that the teacher had kept out of the classroom for 20 of her 24 years of service. For the first 10 years, she was completely absent, and her absences in the other 14 years were attributed to sickness, personal or family reasons for 14 years.
How? At what point do they just say, look, you don't work here until this is sorted out and then you can come back later?
It's interesting that you get hired and for the first 10 years she is completely absent.
Yeah, presumably still being paid, and that's what all the issue is about.
Yeah, yeah.
At a certain point it's their fault as well.
But halfway through year one, I would say you gotta maybe you get one term out of it. So you get one school term, and then the next year, the summer holidays come around. You're like, well, look, you got to come back next year. You took a year out. We just hired you last year. But when she says, I've still got personal problems, I think at that point you're like, okay, hang on. Because we did hire you.
Yeah, let's reframe this a little bit. Let's reconstruct this.
Let's reconstruct the truth.
So, yeah, and they must have looked into these personal problems, or are you allowed to do that? I don't know. I mean,
there might be some sort of law that you can't actually delve into it, but the court heard that what caught her out eventually was a 4-month period in 2015 when she actually did come back to work in Venice, and students complained of her lack of preparedness, her failure to bring textbooks, and her random and improvised way of marking tests.
So the students were like, look, this is bullshit. We're not learning anything.
An inspection found that she was unprepared and inattentive, and students refused to take part in her classes as she was distracted by her phone.
It's like a reverse School of Rock kind of scenario.
She just genuinely was getting paid to do nothing.
Because you can be, you shouldn't be. If you're a teacher, you should do your best to teach kids.
True.
But there are some shit teachers out there.
Oh, real bad.
And have it so fucking easy. Just be one of them if you're going to do this. Honestly. At least let the kids doss off in your class. Don't actively punish them for you being shit.
I will say a few in my school, if I remember, were not good.
Yeah.
We had a maths teacher who actually couldn't really do maths, but anyone asked a follow-up question was always, look at the example in the book. How do you actually do that formula if, I don't know, this happens? Look at the example in the book, lad. Right?
Right.
Look at that example.
But what if I don't understand that example, or it's not clear?
Well, my question is based off this example that I don't understand that I have in the book.
Asking a question about the example, actually.
And I was wondering how they did that.
And then there's the teachers that just wheel in the video.
We talked about that you bring in Forrest Gump to watch Vietnam.
Just tenuously related to whatever subject you're talking about.
So her defence was freedom of teaching, but that was rejected by the court, which argued that it was the teacher's responsibility to guarantee students' rights to study. Describing herself now as a freelance journalist. She has told Italian media that she had documents to refute the claim that she had been absent for 20 years. She has documents. She didn't bring them to law. She didn't bring them to court. They go to a different school. They'll stay in a different country. They don't have a Facebook, but she has the documents.
But if you were going to court about being absent, would you not bring the thing that proves that you weren't absent?
If I committed a murder and I had damning evidence to prove I didn't and I was in court, I would leave it until I got a guilty verdict and then I would tell the news. I had evidence all along. This is actually fucking mad.
Yeah. So now, it's like, is she going to jail or is she fined or is she just
she
not a
has
teacher?
basically been banned from ever teaching ever again. So that is why now she's a freelance journalist, I assume, because she has been banned from all schools.
Right, okay. How did, like, as a job title, and this isn't me being, this is genuine ignorance on my part, is like, freelance journalist, can anyone call themselves a freelance journalist if you just write about things?
I mean, I don't want to be like,
I'm not meaning to diminish anyone's work or anything like that. Genuinely.
No,
like,
I would assume with all of the current online places that you can write for, that like there's a lot of online only based thing. Maybe back in the day when you said journalist, you worked for one of the big 4 newspapers, so you had to have a journalism degree. Now with the internet, now with the internet, you could just write for any site and then you are a journalist.
Yeah, like,
and
this
there's
could be
probably there's really good ones and people who are not very good.
Yeah, but like this could be objectively like freelance comedy journalism or something like that. You know, like,
I would assume we're journalists. I mean, we just repeat what other people say.
Yeah. That's what all journalists do anyway. Have you read a news article lately, Connor? It's awful.
I'll tell you something now. Putting this show together, every website has the same written story. There's one person that writes all of those stories, and they copy and paste it onto every other fucking website.
There's a thing. It's called LexisNexis, right? And it's a website, and you sign up for it. News organisations use it, and it collates things from all over the world, different news reports written by people, and every major news outlet just copies and pastes off of that. It's a nightmare. The future's horrendous. I hate it so much.
There's been so many times putting this show together that like I find a story and it doesn't really have a lot of information. Sometimes it can be like a funny story, but I'm like, there's not enough there. Like it's only a few paragraphs that we can't really delve into it. And then I like try and find that story elsewhere, and I go to 9 websites and they all have the exact same article back to completely different websites, completely different news stories or news
different
outlets.
Countries maybe.
Different countries, completely, mostly in America, different states, but they're all clearly just like, John did a fucking good article there. Everyone copy John.
Yeah, which is why I would love to do, like, if anything ever, like, came up in Ireland, which it often does, there's some funny shit happening at the minute, but I would love to do, like, we do genuine first-hand reporting about what the fuck is going on, and we go and talk to people and we find out. I think that would be hilarious.
I mean, I always think of the story of the Viagra factory in Cork.
Beautiful.
That's one of my favourites. One whiff in your stiff was the Viagra factory was getting in trouble because the smell was wrecking the town.
They were venting fumes into the local town.
The fumes going into the town, and then they just interviewed one old Irish lad who was on the side of the road. He was just like, one whiff in your stiff, lads. One whiff in your stiff. And that was all you needed. At that point, I'd walk away. We have that. We have the story.
Lads, that's back. Print that. That's all we need.
Local legend. Cheers up a whole nation.
There's a story this week. I think the second biggest type of whale in the world washed up in Kerry, and just there's a video of it, and everyone's accent in that video is the best thing in the world.
There are some videos on YouTube where you can like find, it's always some Irish farmer lad, and he's always from Kerry or Clare or somewhere down there, like out west. And my favourite is what international listeners should go find those videos on YouTube, because we don't understand what he's saying. Like, the interview will be like, so Tom, 3 of your sheep have gone missing, and how do you feel about that? What do you think is causing it? And you're just like, cool, Jizz, Tom, well done, absolutely, Tom.
Yeah, no, you did that real well there. Yeah, a great one is if you look up Irish farmer drone sheep herding, because he's just talking about how good it is that he's using the drone, but it's remarkable. It's so good.
It's the best. It's just like you just cannot understand the word that man is saying. If you think our accents are thick, you don't have a hope.
And I like, as someone like when we do videos for TikTok and stuff like that, I have to run this through a speech to text filter, and my God, it's useless. Okay,
it doesn't like me. Is what I would say.
It's not very accurate. We have to speak a lot more clearly.
Chris O'Dowd over there, but little old me gets absolutely roasted.
Look,
Shaun,
I've got an IT crowd to audition.
You've got a generic voice. Well, look, we all get it.
Oh Jesus! Now, come on, what are we doing?
So, Shaun, I want to move on to the saddest story of the week.
Okay.
Because I have video shows Atlanta nail salon customers and staff ignore would-be robbers' demands for cash.
I did see this, and it's heartbreaking.
You can see the moment his heart breaks on the video. So a would-be robber walked into an Atlanta nail salon demanding money, but left empty-handed after security video showed the patrons and the staff seemingly ignoring his commands and basically just not even acknowledging his existence while he was screaming at them.
Yeah, and like just stony face, and like the way if you're on a night out and someone is coming up and giving you hassle, you sometimes just ignore and just don't engage. Just everyone's doing that, and he's getting nowhere, and he's getting more and more frustrated.
Because, right, I don't want to sound like I don't want to humanise this man who's a would-be thief, but at the same time, you'd be very anxious going into that robbery, right? If he's about to commit a crime, you'd have to be anxious, like, oh fuck, I hope this goes well, I hope I get out of here, I hope like the police don't catch me. There's a lot of fucking things going on in your head. You're going to be stressed. You're going to like, Jesus, okay, just get in and get out. When you run in, and this is what he actually said, he said, everyone get down, and nobody moves.
He has no follow-up plan for what happens if nobody moves.
Because in his head, that's the only plan. Like, that's what else do you have other than everybody get down, this is a robbery?
Yeah, that's worked every time so far. But they just stonewall him and just give him absolutely no feedback at all.
Witnesses indicated the suspect entered the location wearing a blue hat, sunglasses and blue jeans. The suspect demanded the patrons get on the ground and surrender their money. The suspect then waited several seconds while nobody moved. The longest seconds of his whole life, I can only assume.
Yeah. They felt like hours to this man.
Oh, days had gone past. Like 10 seconds in that situation where you're like, I have all the power. I'm a strong, independent man, and I have this. I would have robbed these fuckers. Everybody get down. Nobody moves. How long do you wait before you say a follow-up?
And what is the follow? Is it like everybody get down? If they don't move within, I think 3 to 4 seconds.
Yeah,
I think you come in with the "I said get down," but if that fails, you have absolutely nothing.
Please.
Yeah, oh, don't say please. Never, don't say please if you're robbing somebody.
I mean, anger wasn't working. Now we got to get them on board. We should have
kill
loved
him with
Shaun.
kindness.
Kill him with kindness. Everyone who gets down is going to get a cuddle. Come on, everybody, get down, please.
If they still don't get down, it's even more heartbreaking, but in a different way.
Oh no. The suspect then fled the location in a silver colour sedan. So runs in, everybody get down. I can only assume maybe 20 seconds pass. Not one person moves an inch. Everyone just goes about their day, getting their nails done, doing their hair. Yeah. He's just like, he's out of ideas. He only had one plan, and plan A has failed, and he doesn't have a plan B.
Maybe the move is just call it. Let's be like, okay, this hasn't worked, and leave before any more embarrassment happens, because you're still getting arrested.
It gets worse.
Oh no.
It gets worse because he turned to 3 women sitting by the door and instructed them to empty out their pockets and give him their money. Again, nobody moved.
So he's singling people out now. Has he a weapon or anything at this point? Or?
He does. He has a gun.
Oh my God.
Sorry, no, he has a small crossbody bag covering his hand as if to conceal a weapon. Sorry. So he wasn't concealed. We don't know if he does or not at this point.
Does that move ever work? Where someone has like their fingers pointed in their jacket pocket pretending they have a gun?
I suppose it depends how panicked the other person gets, because like you stop taking in like details.
But if you have a gun and you're robbing someone, why not brandish it?
Why not show it? Would be the question.
Like what have you got to lose at this point?
Like you're pointing it anyway.
Yeah, you're pointing it anyway. You're making the threat. So,
unless you're like undercover, like try to shoot them, but like or else you show them like I have a gun underneath my top. Don't alert everybody else. Kind of
show
thing.
them the gun and then hide it by all means, but don't run in with your hand in your pocket. Like I think that's a bit, especially in a chest bag.
Shaun, it gets worse though. Just to let you know.
Don't tell me this.
So he's talked to everyone.
Yeah,
hasn't worked. He talked to the 3 women sitting by the door. Didn't work. The man then strolled over to a male employee and loudly, very loudly demanded, "Where's the money?" What is the most embarrassing response that he could have gotten? Because the employee does say one word back to him.
Is it? Does he just say cringe?
No, he says, "Hello?" Speaking to someone on the telephone.
He doesn't interrupt his phone conversation. Oh. This man's in shambles.
He's rattled. There's like, what do you do? Like, it's game over, lad. Like you're in bits.
You've fallen apart. Like you're never robbing anyone again.
The knees at this point are clicking together. Like he is not left.
Like you'd have to go to therapy for this. Genuinely, this is trauma that this man is going through. The rest of them are all fine.
The man then made a few more futile attempts to rob the store. "Everybody give me everything. Where's the money?" he demanded.
I imagine his voice cracks midway through.
Before giving up and leaving.
He leaves them. The worst, it would have been worse if he like sat down and got his nails done. It's like, okay.
Then, to add the most insult to injury we've ever had, the police or the journalists then ring the salon to find out their side of the story, and the woman who answered the phone said they didn't want to talk about the incident.
He's worth nothing to them.
He's not worth my fucking time.
Like, how much money would be in a nail salon anyway?
I mean, can't be that much.
No,
surely.
Unless it's a front for something, but that's Better Call Saul talking.
I mean, Shaun, I think this might be one of my favourite stories, because it's just the power dynamic shifts almost immediately, and he loses control and he just never gets it back.
Like once that happens, as soon as you're not top dog in that scenario, like you need to get out of there, because now you're in danger.
Because the longer it goes, the more you just embarrass yourself. And
the fact that it's on video as well, and you probably know it's on video.
If you haven't seen the CCTV, I would recommend going to watch it. Like, you can see by his body language, this poor man is just like, he's falling apart by about 30 seconds in.
Like, it's like you've never felt bad for a criminal before, but this might be the time.
And everyone else is just a legend. Like, even the man who's on the phone, he's like, "Give me all your money." "Sorry, hello, what are you saying there?" "Sorry,
yeah.
I'll get to you in a minute, sir. I'm just on the phone here."
If he like held up one finger to shush him, like, it's a cold move.
I'll be with you in a minute. I promise, sir. Shaun,
hands him a ticket, like, take a number, like,
just come back in 5. We're a bit busy actually at the minute. We're probably free around 3:30. Can you come back then? Are you busy? Shaun, we're going to move on to our next piece of news, because I have a Maine woman who, she has an amazing story to tell. Because I have 64-year-old Maine woman fights off bear that was chasing her dog.
Ooh, fair play. Big bear, big dog.
Big dog. So a Maine woman squared up with a black bear last Friday and walked away with a minor wound that required stitches, but completely alive.
See? If the bear is black, you fight back. We've been through this before, Connor.
Lynn Kelly, 64, who has to be Irish somewhere.
Must be.
Slugged the bear in the face after it emerged out of the woods that borders her backyard in hot pursuit of her dog. The pooch had darted into the trees, frantically barking, before it was chased out by the bear. An action Kelly believes the pup made in an attempt to save her from the potential predator. So the dog was being a good doggo, being like, I'm going to go out there and try and protect her. But doggo got scared because it's a fucking black bear, came running back.
Well, look, at least they're a team that they're like, no, we'll protect each other here, you know?
Yeah. Kelly, who was gardening at the time, said that she jumped up, remember, 64 years old, she jumped up, said, and tried to scare the bear off, but the typically timid animal stood its ground. He was a foot taller than I was, and coming at me. I tried to make myself as big as I could and was screaming and yelling, she told the news.
Fucking... It sounds like this woman fought bears before. Like she has some prerequisite knowledge, you know?
She's killed before and she's going to kill again. Like.
She's the revenant.
I had to fight him off because I wasn't going to run from him because I know they can catch you, was her logic.
This is it. The black bear can run much faster than a human, but a good old fight, you have a chance.
Yeah, like if you stand fucking big, arms out, this is who I am.
Start swinging, like start kicking.
Yeah. So Kelly then allowed the bear to come as close as possible. They were face to face.
They're fucking nosing off. They were cutting
like a wrestling match.
Yeah.
Oh man. But Kelly then bravely punched the bear in the fucking nose, a move not recommended by wildlife officials.
How is it not recommended? It's clearly very effective.
You're
meant to do the same with sharks as well. You punch them in the nose if they're coming at you.
I mean, to be fair, in any scenario, you punch your attacker in the nose.
Well, it's a vulnerable spot,
option.
isn't it? Yeah.
The bear briefly latched onto her right wrist, leaving shallow puncture wounds, before, after being punched in the face, retreating to the safety of the woods.
So clearly the a bear perceived this woman as a threat.
Oh, like this 64-year-old woman who was 5 foot tall fucking fought the bear and won.
I mean, that's the coolest shit in the world, right? And the dog is okay as well.
The dog is okay. So she rushed inside to call an ambulance and she received stitches. My favourite would be if she called the ambulance and they're like, where are you? Oh, it's not for fucking me.
Yeah.
Fucking bear.
You're going to want to find him. Don't worry,
He's got 30 yards over there, lad. His fucking nose is in a shambles, so it's not wrecking him. It all just happened so quick, she said. To see a bear up that close was a little unnerving. She didn't fucking show it.
No, like a little unnerving as well. Like I would be like, no, I shat my pants, lads.
They said that it's rare for someone to be bitten by a bear in Maine, even though the state has one of the largest black bear populations on the eastern seaboard. Hooray. The bite was likely brought on by... I mean, officials said that the bite was likely brought on by Kelly's confrontation. Yeah. Obviously.
I suppose so. But also the bear started it.
The bear came at her. She was doing gardening and the bear started on her dog.
She could have been growing some honey. She could have been filling a picnic basket.
Officials then set up traps in the area to catch the bear alive. It's just a load of posters of her on all the trees to scare the bear into some area.
She put out a hit and was like, no, I want him alive. Like, I want to do
bring
some
him
stuff
to me alive.
Yeah.
I want to John Wick this fucker.
1 million alive, 500,000 dead.
The fight was, officials did. They set up the traps, but so far there's been no sign of the beast. It was seen previously in the week eating birdseed in residents' yards. Kelly, however, said she realises how fortunate she is. I'm very lucky. Very, very lucky. What's not added into that quote is, the bear's fucking luckier though. If he ever comes back here, I'll wreck his fucking shit. Now I'm going to imply that she said that.
Oh yeah, it's no like like she was sharpening a knife while giving this interview. Like just always, she's gone full Rambo. Like she has to kill this bear.
The knife is in her mouth, and she's like grumbling these quotes to the newspaper.
She's doing Sarah Connor style chin ups over the door frame.
Just the pictures of bears everywhere, just firing knives into her fucking walls. Just like always straight between the fucking eyes.
She's got 6 videos of bears playing and she's taking notes.
I'm going to find his family. I'm going to kill his family. And then I'm going to come to him. I'm going to kill everyone he loves and adores. And then eventually, when there's nothing left, when all the pain has left his body and he's given up, I'm going to take his life too. All right, Lynn. Oh, that's grand, yeah. So what do you want anyway for dinner?
So how is the asparagus? Is it in season? Is it?
How is the gardening going okay, is it? Yeah. Every time she gardens now, I mean, she's thinking of it. She's wary.
Yeah, you know in Mr. Miyagi, where he's like, he teaches him how to clean and that teaches him how to be a karate expert. You know that? You know how that's a thing?
Yeah, I know how that's a thing, yes.
Yeah. The very same, but with gardening.
Oh, like interesting. I would have said she's practicing burying a body by gardening.
Oh, well, that could be one of the skills.
To think that she's gardening, but she's using the trowel to just dig a big fucking hole. Like, you're going in there, lad. You ever come past this fucking boundary, you're going in there.
Isn't it? It's in one of the new Mortal Kombat, Scorpion's wife is using Scorpion's, like, dagger thing as a gardening tool, and then he takes that when she's killed by fucking ninjas or whatever. So what if it's something like this but with the bear, and it's just like a trowel dug into the side of its face?
Like, they're going to find that bear 3 weeks from now, and it's just going to be troweled up to a tree, and you're like, holy fuck, she was here.
She's been and she's carved an L in its chest.
LK.
Oh no, KL. Kill.
They call me Kill. Killing.
Kill
I
bear?
like killing.
Killing bears. Don't kill bears.
She's been taken away in like the truck as she's saying this, muttering this in the back seat. Killing bear.
The bear is like watching, and he's like from behind the trees, and he breathes a sigh of relief because he can finally relax.
Fuck. She's a fucking lunatic, that one. All I wanted to do was say hello. Fucking hell.
No, this woman's a badass. And I'm very glad that we validated my bear theory, which is if it's black, fight back, and if it's brown, lie down. If it's grizzly or polar, you're dead.
But every single part of this story is saying how lucky she is that she's still alive.
Because she knew what to do.
No, she's lucky to still be alive because she punched a fucking bear in the nose.
The bear was coming at her, man. What did you want her to do? Not punch her in the nose? If a bear is coming at you, would you not try? Is all I'm saying.
I mean, you only got one shot.
This is it. That's all you need. One opportunity. Mom spaghetti and the rest.
One moment.
I just think punch a bear if you have a chance. If it's coming at you, not for the fun of it.
Good advice. Punch a bear if you have a chance. And look, follow up. Always punch Ed Sheeran if you see him pissing on some kids.
Or even if you don't see him pissing on some kids, because he's on his way. You know, he's on his way to do it.
He seems like a nice man, but tell him he's nice and then punch him, just for the crack. Just in case he's thinking of pissing on some kids.
What if this is the episode that pops off, you know? Like, what if this is what we're known for?
I just like the idea of Ed Sheeran listening. Okay, uncalled for. All right.
Listen, if you're Ed Sheeran, get on the Patreon first of all.
If you singularly are Ed Sheeran...
Throw something over here, Ed.
Like you have the price of a coffee a month, lad. We know you do.
I've seen your concert tickets. I see what they go for.
I've seen it. Shaun, I think that's it for this week's Weird News.
What a week of weird news. Would you like me to take us out, Connor?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Thank you everyone for listening to this episode of Weird News Wednesday. We will be back on Friday with Hero or Zero, and next Wednesday with more episodes of Weird News Wednesday. Big shout outs to everyone over on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. Link to that is in the description. Everyone who supports us over there is absolutely amazing. They get access to things like movie reviews. As we said, we talked about Pirates of the Caribbean recently for my birthday. And there's heaps of stuff over there. So head on over to that. You also get a shout out. So thank you to Róisín the wife Palmer, Joe Burney, Ryan Komatsu, Dozer Enthusiast Evanson, Waffles loves you and is hoping you have a good day, David Clarke, Shaun Chuck in the wash and it'll be grand Jamieson, Dominic, Anna Irish Walrus Forever Hjelmroos, Danny McLaughlin, Lordsmish, Michelle Browne, Michaela Doughty, Frost, Buster, Ed Ball, Conor and Lorraine have struck again when Shaun least expects it. Russ, I too wandered outside in a storm and strangely was struck out of nowhere by 2 saucepans. Parfitt, Jackson Brueheim, Liz had a few too many on St. Paddy's Day and tipsily subscribed to the Patreon, Ciara Lawler and Abs Kebabs. I like saying that name a lot. It's great.
That list is getting longer, by the way. I like to see that.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Thanks. Genuinely, thanks. You help keep the show going. And you help me improve my lung capacity every week as I try and read that out. There is other ways to support the show though. There is the merch store, heroesforhire.ie/shop. Twitter's at heroesforhirepod. The 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Detective Divilment's discussion group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire podcast. And the best way to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just do one, please.
I think that's about it, Connor.
So I've been Conor Lorraine.
I've been Shaun.
I shall see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.